everybody, what's up? What's good? This is Chelsea again at Vividglowtarot, coming at you all with another Zodiac tarot card reading for the month of January for all my Leos out there. Again, let's just jump right into it. So starting off, I'm going to be doing the Astro Dice messages and see what I rolled for you guys and what messages are coming out within regards to that. So we actually have Mercury with Virgo in the 6th house. And so Mercury with Virgo in the 6th house kind of like means a highly analytical, more practical and detail-oriented mind focus within like work, service, health, and daily routines, bringing problem-solving skills or, you know, more precise tasks and a talent even for like improvement, though it can manifest as a little bit of perfectionism or worry, you know, kind of a worry wart within details here. But this placement really highlights communication and mental alertness as well in areas of like healing, organization, the duties you may have, and often lead into like work and like more analytical fields or jobs just kind of like involving care and refinement. But the key meanings with these, with Mercury, Virgo in the 6th house is work and service. So your thinking and communication may be like deeply kind of connected or tied within your job or daily tasks, or even like how you serve others. So you may find even like fulfillment in the month of January and being useful and efficient. And then again with the 6th house with the health and healing, this is like again like within your mental state, mental analysis that can extend like into your health. You may be precise about well-being or certain routines. You may be even like a healer or researcher or someone who optimizes systems. And then again, like with Virgo's influence with Mercury talks about our mind, and Virgo is like the ruler. So it's extremely strong energy, and it's making you more of like this critical thinker or a meticulous type of organizer, and even like a problem solver focused on like solutions, right? Now within communication here, it can be very clear, precise, even strategic, and often analytical, of course, offering like helpful advice or even like identifying others' flaws to improve things, right? Now, some challenges that may come up for you guys in the month of January is again this overthinking and being a worrywart. So your more like analytical mind state that you're in for the month of January can get stuck on like details, leading to maybe some anxiety or just overthinking and overanalyzing things, which can, you know, lead to perfectionism, you know, having a need for perfection in work or health routines. And this can kind of be stressful for you guys, for my Leos, in the month of January. Now, you also may even be entering into a profession or a job or career that is about like editing or data analysis or healthcare, writing, research, or any role kind of like requiring a high precision within like service. Now the strengths within this combination here is having exceptional ability to kind of like break down complex problems, improving systems, and provide practical help for others. Okay, so that's what I got for the Astro Dice for the month of January for my Leos. Next, I'm just going to pull a few flashcards from my homemade little tarot card deck that I did, and just get, you know, some messages in regards to like what you may be resonating or experiencing for the month of January. Let's see what comes out. We have ringing of the ears for my Leos, the month of January. What messages for my Leos? I'm not going to take this big stack, but you may have racing thoughts at this time. We do have racing. It don't have a specific message, but with this overthinking and being a worrywart, I'm really picking up racing thoughts, okay? We also had gotten ringing of the ears. Your vibration is rising and are tuning to higher frequencies. Divine communication associated with spiritual guides, angels, or guardian angels. Spiritual awakening. A call to pay attention to your intuition and inner guidance. So you may be, getting ringing of the ears, racing thoughts. This could be you actually channeling, okay? We have initials. So if you're dealing with a person, we have initials. That could be a C, L, J, or K, and some names. It says channeled names. Kayla, Cody, Clifton, Chelsea, Jonna, John, Christy, Chris, Lloyd, Lane, Logan, Lindsay, Junior, Jack, Kenny, Kinsley, Joe, Jade, and Kathy. Alright, so I'm just going to move this over here for a moment. Then we got a male that's over 40 who's reserved and laid back. This could be a boss or someone you're just, dealing with in your life at this time. We have adversity that came out. Very patient. Time. Getting facts. No room for error. Again, this is that like analytical observer, being precise within getting your data and research and taking the time to get the facts. Because for January, there's no room for error. So you're having some adversity. And then we have green eyes. So you or them could have green eyes. And also we have if it's you, they love your eyes if you have green eyes. I know my daughter's a Leo and she actually has green eyes, which is kind of crazy. And then we have someone you just met, don't know well, or a crush. Yeah, so you may be gathering the facts with someone who has green eyes. That's a male over 40 and has the initials that could have a C, L, J, or K in it. Racing thoughts, ringing of ears. Okay. So that's what I got within the channeled messages pretty much. And now let's jump into the card reading portion of this. So the first two cards on top are actually tarot cards to just kind of get the overall energy here. And then we have some oracle cards from the Power of Surrender and then the Enchanted Map oracle card deck to get some more in-depth clarity and guidance within this situation. And then also we'll be diving in a little bit more deeper within getting some tarot cards that I shuffle on camera for you guys as well, okay, within the challenges, advice, and overall outcome. Okay, so we have the Ace of Wands. So this is definitely fire energy, as my Leos are fire signs. It could also represent Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. And then we have the Six of Swords. This is air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Again, this talks about our mental state, our minds, how we think, and receive downloads and communicate, and also get answers, facts, information, communication, things of this matter. Now, with the Ace of Wands, and then it being with the Six of Swords here, these together is a powerful new beginning emerging, right? There's some kind of necessary transition that's giving you guys an opportunity of a burst of like inspiration or a new opportunity. And I feel a new opportunity is arriving for you guys, for my Leos, in the month of January as you move away from past difficulties or stagnant situations. My bad. This could be suggesting that there's like a positive forward-moving shift coming in for you guys in the month of January into like a more creative action and hope after a period of maybe challenge. But overall, it's about finding passion and purpose by leaving troubles behind and embarking on a new exciting journey for you guys, right? So again, I'm just really getting like a new spark here. A new spark after a struggle for sure. I feel like you guys have navigated through rough waters for sure. And now have like a new fresh wave of energy, right? With this Ace of Wands. And it's about um, a, a just like some kind of idea, like a brilliant idea or a chance to start something new is kind of presenting itself for you guys in the month of January, okay? Um, Again, it can also talk about moving towards your passions, your goals, things you want to achieve or succeed within. So for the month of January, it's really about, embracing new creative projects, even career changes or adventures that feel inspired and purposeful. And it also kind of talks about an ending of like this draining phase that you're moving away from as well. Again, with that leaving troubles behind. Because this energy with the Six of Swords kind of supports a conscious decision to move on from mental or emotional burdens with a new path, a new beginning, right? Offering clarity and renewed enthusiasm, that spark. It can also represent travel or new horizons. So it can be, it could specifically point to a physical move or just a journey within your purpose or your paths, or even like a significant change within your environment that brings inspiration and a fresh start. And it also talks about a positive transition here. It's these two cards together is a very positive energy, but with the challenges, it can be the challenges that you face or have faced has prepared you for this more joyful, energetic, and new chapter. So now let's kind of see, like within career, this could be a new job offer or a breakthrough idea for your business, or the courage to start that passion project after kind of feeling stuck or stagnant, right? And then when it comes to relationships here, it could be moving past a relationship that had issues into a more exciting, authentic phase, or starting fresh after a difficult time with someone, maybe. And then for like your personal growth, though, it's talking about finding your inner fire and direction after a period of feeling kind of low and kind of ready to explore and see what new possibilities there are out there for you for the month of January. So that's what I got for these. I'm just going to move these over here. And then next we have the Power of Surrender Oracle card. So let's see what it is that you need to have the power to kind of surrender and let go of, and or have, to give you that clarity and confirmation for the month of January. So we have surrender your ego, and it says cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. Okay. And then from the Enchanted Map Oracle card deck, we have Dragon's Lair card number 19, which reduces to number 10, which is the number 1, which talks about beginnings, right? It's the first number of the numbers. So, and then 9 is like almost to 10, so that's like almost like the ending as well, right? So an ending for a beginning. I love how these colors kind of resonate together. But I'm going to read from the guidebook. This is Dragon's Lair, card number 19. And just see what this card has to say. It says, you are always protected and divinely directed. You have a remarkable internal warning system that lets you know when things are out of alignment. You're about to enter dangerous territory, so tread carefully and be aware of your surroundings. The path you're on now is one that will challenge you to the core. That said, peril is also exciting and exhilarating, like the danger you feel before you enter a new relationship, knowing that you'll be changed forever. A life lived fully isn't lived only in safety. A new experience is calling to you, one that will test your courage. The choice is yours, but there is a greater value in risk-taking than remaining unchallenged. New territories are waiting to be discovered. Oh my goodness, yeah. Yep, some kind of new beginning is definitely coming in. So I'm even more intrigued to get some more clarity and messages and guidance in regards from the tarot. I'll be using the Rider-Waite tarot card deck. So, Spirit, what challenges do my Leos have for the month of January? What challenge may come up in regards to this Dragon's Lair and new beginning and opportunity? What challenges will my Leos have or may experience and deal with for the month of January in regards to this new beginning? Okay, so we have the Three of Swords in reverse. So the challenge is to come out of this more overthinking, worrying, you know, this anxiety, this fear. Again, as mentioned with this card, it said, you know, don't play it safe. You may be trying to play it safe, but you know playing it safe is not giving you that spark, and it's causing you to delay in any kind of opportunities or new beginnings, and is slowing you down. So you are definitely needing to surrender your ego and break free from this, right? Like this heartbreak. You're not wanting to face that, you know, you're overthinking and worrying that the worst is going to happen, right? And this challenge is going to challenge you to your core, and it's going to be a bad result or outcome. But I really feel you guys are needing to surrender your ego and challenge yourselves, because, you know, you've lost some kind of spark or passion in regards to this, and you're needing to kind of step out of your egos and kind of, you know, quit overthinking and worrying and being so analytical within this situation, and needing to know the answers. Maybe, you know, like you'll find the answers along the way. Is there any advice for my Leos for the month of January in regards to this situation with the Three of Swords in reverse and this new beginning opportunity? Okay, so we have the Knight of Cups. So the advice is to, I feel, so the advice may be to, so if this was an upright, right? This talks about our emotions. It's Cups energy. It could be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio that you may be dealing with or experience or meet. But I do see that you will come across meeting someone or someone. I feel like this is like for advice. If this was upright, it would be someone trying to give some kind of offer in regards to being vulnerable or emotionally connecting and opening up with you guys, offering some kind of emotional fulfillment that can bring joy and happiness, right? But being very slow. So with this being in reverse, this may come in very quickly, possibly, or if not, you may be let's see, I'm going to have to marry on this. I want to get a little bit more clarity on this card. I'm going to shuffle for another card in regards to this, because like I said, I gave you guys the meaning of like what it means in upright. So like, I guess it could be either way it goes. Like, I feel for the advice is like, don't get in your own way. You know, you may have a little bit. Uh, the advice is to like not be so emotionally immature or unstable or unreliable. Um, I feel like you guys try to avoid difficult feelings, right? Um, Again, it references back to disappointment or creative blocks or feeling overwhelmed. But this is like a sign for like needing honest communication, facing the reality of things, and taking responsibility instead of acting out of drifting emotions, right? Okay. I do want to get one more clarifier on this Knight of Cups in reverse as advice. Can you please clarify? Okay, yeah. We have the Hierophant in reverse. And then we also have the Queen of Wands. Pretty sure the Hierophant is Taurus energy. Crazy how you have so many reversals. And I was reading for my Leos, but the Queen of Wands is definitely like fire energy as well. So we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, the Hierophant. So so the Hierophant reversed is talking about, you know, breaking from certain traditions or to embrace, you know, your authentic and fiery selves, my Leos. You know, like y'all are very passionate, very creative souls. There's also like a possibility of like challenging certain beliefs or authority figures with like this bold and confident action with the Queen of Wands that may be coming in for you. But it's also within advice here to watch for this low self-esteem or being timid or intimidating that could like hinder your individualism and your passionate spirit as you reject kind of these more conventional paths for personal truth. So you may be like rebelling against certain dogmas. You may not be able to authentically express yourself and have more like inner conflict. When it comes to relationships, you may even be disconnected from a traditional relationship within the roles of it or societal expectations while trying to be bold and authentic within a partner with someone. Now, when it comes to like career, it's kind of advice to be sure not to reject corporate or traditional career paths to pursue a passionate, creative, or entrepreneurial venture. So, like, you may be stuck within like taking the risk and being bold to reject this, right? A traditional career path. Now, the challenges here is a warning against becoming like, don't be like a cult leader within your own beliefs, right? And it could also represent like being a self-doubt or isolating yourselves. That's been dimming your light and your spark. But it also altogether is talking about being your individual selves, individuality over conformity, right? So it's really urging within the advice for you to find your own spiritual and personal truth for the month of January and express it with the confidence and the strength and the passion with the Queen of Wands. Even if it means stepping away from, you know, old belief systems or traditions or established systems, you know, like the things that you were kind of brought up to be that isn't necessarily your true beliefs, right? Okay. All right, so let's see what the overall most likely outcome will be for my Leos in the month of January. What's the overall outcome for my Leos for the month of January in regards to this situation? the most likely outcome? Most likely outcome for my Leos. What is the most likely outcome going to be for my Leos? Most likely outcome for the month of January. So we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So the Page of Pentacles is Earth energy. That could represent Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Again, we have another page, kind of like the Knight. A Knight is usually quick energy. Page is more slow energy, but it's a messenger. So if it's in reverse, the most likely outcome is going, it kind of signifies like delays, procrastination, a lack of focus, or unrealistic expectations. And this can be like a disconnect from your goals and practical matters. But it's also, okay, it's also a call to learn from your mistakes and to get grounded and find renewed passion for your endeavors. So I feel that this may be the overall outcome that will come from all this work that you'll be going through for the month of January. It can also represent poor prospects, immaturity, or underachievement, again, as I done briefly mentioned. So you might be stuck, losing motivation, or facing setbacks within like your career, urging you to kind of like reevaluate your plans and focus on tangible steps. Is what I feel that you guys will learn for the month of January as the overall outcome, right? Okay, yeah. And then we have the Hanged Man, and this is actually in reverse. So I do feel that you'll get a, with it being in reverse, you know, this person is hanging upside down. But with it upright, I feel that you'll gain the kind of answers or the aha moment that you've been seeking. I love how these two look the same. That spark. You're going to get that idea. You're going to get that clarity for sure. But you just kind of have to go through the rougher waters still again. Not again, but just kind of processing it all. With that analytical, you know, more research, getting the facts of things, that, and then the messages that we got from the Astro dice for my Leos out there, okay? So I hope this reading resonated for you guys. I hope it brought clarity, confirmation, guidance, and support within any challenges, circumstances, or experiences that you may be dealing with and going through at this time for the month of January. I'm sending you all infinite blessings, love, and light. If you enjoyed this reading, please give it a big thumbs up. If you feel called to or guided, please share to allow others the opportunity to receive these messages for support, clarity, guidance, and all that good things. And please comment below. Let me know how you resonated, if you did resonate. And until again, bye.